What up? It's your boy T-Bird Reaction. Today's Wrestling Wednesday. About to get into some wrestling flashback. This is 10 dark moments that WWE wants you to forget. There now, everybody had a dark moment in their life as well too that they kind of wish they can regret. Know what I mean? Even good folks had something they was regret because they did something out of the good means of heart, or they thought they didn't have knowledge of what they doing and it turned out too good as well too. But WWE definitely are for having some dark moments that they sometimes regret, whether it's storyline that went a little too far, or just nonsense and dark moments in general that why they did in the first place, I have no idea. They want us to forget about it, but sometimes as wrestling fans, we never forget. I mean, boy, I say folks in general never forget because there's folks who hold people accountable for stuff they did in the past as well too. Ain't just wrestling, in the music business as well too. You know what I'm saying? If you have like a violent past or an abusive past as well too, they won't let you. There's folks who won't separate the art from the person and won't live that film down. They'll say ill to everything you done, you accomplished. They don't give a shit. They just hate you for real. That being said, we're going to take out 10 dark moments that WWE wants you to forget. 9 times 10, mostly is probably stuff that didn't age well and they went too damn far, or they went too damn far. So without further ado, let's check it out.
Is this on?
Wrestling has been littered.
Hold up. Hopefully my mic doesn't cut it off because this is the video. It was a Wrestling Flash video, the Jim Ross video. Wrestling head that shit cut off on. I'm so a little pissed about that. As long as you still can hear me a little bit, not so much, but it's whatever.
With dark storylines and risky
angles,
some of which have aged badly and come off as crude and distasteful.
I'd love to slap you across your face, but it looks like God already beat me to it.
There are plenty of well-known cases.
Yeah,
where
so like I said, pretty much time they went too far, or it was like AKA as well as they were doing too much, or something they thought was cool at the time, but didn't age well because of the outcome later on down the line.
Things got uncomfortable and offensive.
Terrorists are gonna burn down the Undertaker's house. His children are gonna be kidnapped.
But today, we're focusing on stuff that either flew under the radar or isn't talked about a lot, as we highlight 10 dark wrestling stories.
God, the damn Katie Vick. Of course, I knew the top one gonna be the main one. That was the main one I knew was gonna be in this. That Katie Vick bullshit. Oh my God. It all for the love of the Reign of Terror, man. Ugh. This is the one thing Roman Reign Terror has a one up on Triple H turning as not so bad is this bullshit here. Other than that, his just as bad as Triple H, but this Triple H was a little worse off of ones off being worse off a strip of this as well too.
Storylines and moments. Mark Henry's Attitude Era story arc is infamous for numerous moments with the likes of Chyna and Mae Young. But there's also some segments you might not remember, such as the angle where Henry and the Nation humiliated Chyna and looked set to have their way with the 9th wonder of the world.
Mark Henry, pucker your damn lips and give that piece of trash the thrill of her life.
Following this, Mark began his infatuation with Chyna,
which
led to a gimmick change for the
I knew it. I think I know what's about to happen. I know what's about to happen.
World's Strongest Man. After becoming sexual chocolate, Mark continued to feature in X-rated segments.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
Yup. And his mom was there.
Including numerous therapy sessions after Henry admitted he was a sex addict.
I'm a sex addict.
I remember this.
What did he say?
During these sessions, Henry revealed his first time having intercourse was at age 8 with his sister.
Oh
later saying that they continued.
I remember. I can't remember. This was like around time I backed away from wrestling for me because it was around time I was dealing with the F-word folks as a kid. I was doing F-word kids at the time because I was younger, but I was slowly getting back into wrestling. I remember these therapies though.
To have relations together long after. After the sex therapy failed, Mark helped Viscera win a human trafficking match against the Godfather, which gave Vis and the World's Strongest Man control of the hose. It took a relationship with Mae Young for Mark to finally change his ways. Henry impregnated Mae, who later gave birth to a hand.
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Soon after, the World's Strongest Man was sent down to the WWF's developmental territory, OVW, in an effort to lose weight and re-hone his skills.
Yeah, start
bringing
growing
an
the hair.
end to his time as sexual
So
chocolate.
that was the bit. Literally, you see the beginning of him growing the hair. That's why he got the dreads later on, because he had a little bush right there, and then he had an afro, and then they showed when he had the dreadlocks though. Yep.
On top of her work with Mark Henry, Chyna later featured in another non-PG storyline, this time with Chris Jericho. Their feud included a violent segment where Jericho kidnapped Chyna and tied her up backstage.
Oh my God! Y'all remember that feud? I remember that. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, this brings back. Y'all, like I said, a lot of these is probably gonna be the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era that they went too far with some shit. Yeah, I remember this. Oh my God. Whoo, I remember this.
And proceeded to attack the then Intercontinental Champion with a hammer, breaking her thumb in the process.
Yup, I remember that. They was going ham. And think about it though, that two man was so crazy. We was literally desensitized and accepting this shit on TV. We didn't look we didn't look at this crazy storyline. We looking back there now, damn. That shit was brutal. Like, we didn't think about it because the Attitude Era was, well, shit like this was pretty cool. But at the time, we did thought it was fucked up, but we didn't think like, oh, they went too far. We thought it was fucked up, but they went too far. But now look at like, damn, they went a little far with some of these shit though. Yeah, I remember that.
Such a torturous angle like this in wrestling.
How's your thumb
especially
time?
since it involves a man assaulting a woman with a deadly weapon. It's the type of segment you'd expect
Between
to see
that,
in a personal.
not only that, the whole thing with I want that's gonna be on it too. The whole thing with Jeff Jarrett leading up to Chyna win the title, we was this beating down every woman in the wrestling. Like it was like his last run. He was literally a women beater. Not me, for real. Jeff Jarrett, I'm talking about. But yeah.
Rather than a throwaway mid-card one such as this, given how much the WWF was pushing the envelope during the Attitude Era, this segment often gets forgotten.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, the Attitude. Oh yeah, him. Yup. Attitude Era was so.
As we've seen,
that's how I said. That's how fucked up the Attitude Era. Like we let shit slide. It's just we thought it was cool, we thought it was fucked up. We let it slide because it was the Attitude Era. We look back at it now, and it's just like, God damn, that was fucked up. Like. How'd it get on TV?
Wrestling Federation was at its raunchiest and most controversial during the Attitude Era. There was no telling what crazy things would happen from one week to the next. There were countless more examples of risque moments and comments that flew under the radar.
Putting that big retarded goof, they don't come any more retarded than that, but you put his brain in a parakeet, sing, fly backwards.
This is where I draw the line right here. I'll be damned if I get in the ring with a damn fairy.
Yup.
England ain't nothing but a place full of
Yup.
Darky. No, he did. Darky. Like your shirt.
Whoa! Whoa! How did that slip my mind? Whoa! Whoa! Oh, how did that slip through my mind? I remember the brawl, but I must have didn't care. Like I tuned it out because I didn't know he called him a donkey. Holy shit! Oh my God! So I gotta feel I know what. If they doing stuff like this, I gotta feel another controversial segment that's gonna be in as well too. It's the one. It's like the main one. I always say that's a big dilemma of the Face and Heels alignment system right there. All too earlier time. I mean, it's involving the group he used to be part of. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking. Not I'm gonna say it. If they don't show it, I'm gonna say it, but I did not know you called him a donkey. Whoa, I missed that. That went over my head. That went slipped through my ear. I must be like at the time I was caring about the fight and then paid too much attention to the dialogue at the time. Shoot, because I was young at the time. So yeah, whoa, yeah, he deserved that ass whooping.
Head snap back there. They have some good Chinese hospitals here in New York. Will you stop that?
Yeah, Jerry. Of course, Jerry.
I'm not embarrassed to be with younger women, except when I drop them off at school.
Yeah, I slipped that and watching that JR thing kind of slipped my mind. I ain't think about that too. We watched it. Ross, King of Ross reaction to that. Yeah, and Jim Ross said, "I'm not touching that. I won't either." Yeah, Jerry was wild for that one. Wow. Jerry was wild for that one. I want you to hear what that man said right there. Yeah, he was wild for that. He was wild for that one. Oh my God. That was wild.
I'm not embarrassed to be with younger women, except when I drop them off at school. Well, I ain't going there.
Read it, right?
Has been involved in various moments that haven't aged too well.
I had Dr. Hung Low.
Oh yeah.
Never mess with the Hung Low.
Oh
you
yeah.
Get the
Oh
out of here.
If I pull that, does that start your motor? You have a copy
Lord.
of the Pakistani magazine.
Even after the Attitude Era had come and gone, the WWF continued to produce controversial television, such as when Batista had relations with Melina in December 2005. Melina had slept with the Animal in hopes that doing so meant Dave would no-show the planned main event where he and Rey Mysterio were set to challenge Eminem for the tag titles. Batista instead thanked Melina for the warm-up and said he was going to destroy Mercury Nitro.
We have a deal, right?
No deal. Thanks for the warm-up, though.
Batista and Rey ended up winning the match to become the new tag champions. The next week, Melina prepared a written statement with her attorney and spoke about how Batista forced himself on her after she'd rejected his advances.
I told Batista to stop.
They pushed the envelope plenty of time.
Melina announced she was suing the Animal for sexual harassment, even though what she described was a more serious charge. Melina enlisted the help of Mark Henry to protect herself from Batista. Dave denied the harassment allegations during a segment where Henry appeared to question Batista on what he would have done if Mark had molested him instead.
She never said no. She never said stop.
What if it was the other side? What if it was me?
Hey, yo.
The angle came to an abrupt end.
Hey, yo.
A few weeks later,
When he got injured.
after Batista was forced to relinquish the World Heavyweight title due to a legit injury, thus facing a
Damn. That made me feel like that injury that happened to him was a blessing in disguise to drop that angle. They was going too far right there. Wow.
spell on the sidelines. Life appeared to imitate art as Batista and Melina began to date in real life around this time, and it was a relationship that caused a lot of controversy backstage. The WWF previously featured the topic in our last example on an episode of Raw at the end of 1999, when Triple H was said to have drugged, married, and then consummated his marriage with Stephanie McMahon, all of which was done against her will. Stephanie was later revealed to have been in cahoots with Triple H, but for a few weeks it was believed the Game had performed each of these acts on his own accord.
All right, Triple H. Come on out. Come on out, you rapist.
Many fans forget that just weeks before Hunter marries Stephanie, DX appeared to kidnap Steph backstage and subsequently have their way with her.
What the hell? My God.
However, on the next episode of SmackDown, the girl involved was revealed to be a drama student disguised as McMahon. Billy Gunn still claimed to have had intercourse with the student, but Triple H assured everyone she was just acting.
That broad was not acting, because I think I punctured one of her lungs.
WCW were a promotion that also conducted several distasteful angles, such as when they exploited Scott Hall's alcoholism in 1998 in a...
Wow. Yeah, that's one thing about that though. That did suck badly that when he was like exploiting folks issue, because they did that with Hawk from the Road Warriors, I think. Yeah.
A storyline that has been widely buried by fans.
Whose life has fallen apart. Oh, wait, whoa.
Yeah, they went too far right there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yo.
Yeah, we have seen just about everything.
My goodness.
As you can see,
Oh my goodness. That's sad right there. Especially that he passed away now. Watching this, that's low-key sad right there, man. Oh my
Whole
God.
life, your whole career.
The WWF also acknowledged Scott's drinking issues during his rivalry with Stone Cold in 2002. One thing that might be forgotten about this feud is that Hall was on alcohol medication at the time, where any exposure to alcohol would make him ill. So it raised concern when Austin poured beer on Scott in numerous off-the-air in-ring segments. This annoyed Kevin.
I did look over. Now one of the moments I did overlook because it's Austin and he was a babyface and he's being now Scott Hall because he had to get revenge on Scott Hall for what he did. But it was a cool set. But I ain't never know about that till hearing this though. Damn. Now I don't know how I feel about that segment now because I always thought that set was pretty cool. It was a fun segment, but not knowing finding out about that, I don't know now. Dang.
Nash, who had previously informed the WWF brass that Hall had been taking his medication. Apparently, Nash said this on the night of the NWO's return at No Way Out. However, there are conflicting reports that Scott went out partying with the Godfather after the pay-per-view. Another risque WCW angle involved Randy Savage, his girlfriend Gorgeous George, and the Worm Dennis Rodman. On the July 26, 1999 Nitro, Rodman kidnapped Gorgeous George. From there, he brought her back to his trailer and violated George against her will. Unlike our previous entries covering this topic, Rodman was said to have actually gone through with the act in kayfabe.
Once you go black, you never go back, baby!
One of the few other times this type of crime occurred in wrestling was when Brian Pillman had...
Oh my God, remember that. Oh my God, remember that moment. Shit. I actually remember that. I didn't see the whole thing. I remember the whole angle. I remember that whole angle. Man, that was ridiculous though, man.
Control of Terry Runnels for 30 days in 1997, resulting in the infamous
I just saw that part, but I remember that. I remember that
Then
angle.
there was the time that Kane forcibly planted his seed in Lita in 2004.
Yeah, another. This not the one, but that's not the one. But this was like later on was a dilemma moment with Face the Hill, because the times I told you. This is later on. Kane somehow, I don't know how, became a babyface in a way. Slowly became a face or tweet. I don't know. And you know, because at the Snitchy calls him the fallen wife on and her lose her baby that he raped her, pregnant her for as a heel. But then she leaves him for Edge, and Edge is supposed to be the heel, and this is this one of them crazy ass dilemma with that one.
We've touched on the contentious nature of the WWF's programming during the late...
Hold on a second. I'm back. See little feet, little man around. Reason why I got to wake up, turn away, because I want to see one watching. Anyway. Say hi, world. Say hi. Hi. Anyway, let's keep going with this, man. Like I said, whew. Man. I said it before, but Attitude before. They got away with murder, pretty much. Man, Attitude and partially the Ruthless Aggression era, they got away with murder, man, for real. Anyway, let's keep going. Jesus.
90s and early 2000s already, but our next example was one of the catalysts for the company toning down aspects of the product and changing how they present segments. It occurred on the October 4, 2004 edition of Raw. The show was significant not just because it emanated from the legendary Madison Square Garden, but also because many of WWE's sponsors and corporate parties were in attendance. Therefore, Vince McMahon wanted all the talent to be on their best behavior. With that in mind, giving Ric Flair a live mic in the opening segment probably wasn't the best idea. Flair and Triple H opened Raw to talk about the upcoming Taboo Tuesday pay-per-view. Rick ran down his opponent for the show, Randy Orton. Nage called Orton a virgin at Killing Legends before Flair then told us what he personally does to virgins. Whoa. The line enraged Vince McMahon due to its graphic nature and because of the corporate presence at the show.
I look at you and say, virgin, and you know how many virgins I have made?
On the network version of this Raw, Rick's promo has been edited down so as to remove the Virgins bleeding line. Former WWE head writer Brian Gerwitz spoke about how Flair's comments on the night changed Vince's attitude towards the approval process when it came to promos.
When he said that, there was a noticeable shift in the amount of the approval process.
The WWE would eventually turn PG in 2008, and one of the last edgy storylines they did before going PG involved Michelle McCool and her on-screen boyfriend at the time, Chuck Palumbo. Domestic abuse hasn't been explored too often in wrestling, and anytime it has, naturally things haven't come off well. The Palumbo and McCool storyline also...
Interesting that, I always say it's interesting that she was dating, her on-screen boyfriend was Chuck Palumbo, who was kind of his persona was a biker just like her real-life husband, Undertaker, Mark Calloway, but still.
Also came off in poor taste. It began after McCool inadvertently cost Chuck multiple matches. Palumbo reacted angrily each time. Meanwhile, McCool was seen sporting a black eye, hinting that Chuck may have struck her off screen at some point, although this was never brought up or mentioned on television. Palumbo cemented his heel turn after Michelle was caught in the crossfire of his assault on Jamie Noble. Following this, Chuck continued to torment McCool, while also destroying her new boyfriend Noble. The storyline was eventually dropped. Palumbo continued to wrestle sporadically thereafter, until he was released by WWE whilst he was recovering from a shoulder injury. Had this angle took place in the Attitude Era, or even a few years prior, it would have been far darker. But by 2008, storylines such as this one felt outdated, given the direction WWE's product was going in.
I thought that was distasteful. I get it, I'm playing a part, so I did what I was
paid to do, and then where do you go from there?
It's rare to see animals involved in wrestling, much less a storyline. Al Snow and his dog Pepper's feud with the Big Boss Man.
God, this one, this thing, that poor dog was going through that whole segment, man. That whole stuff, that poor dude. It's coming time that dog like, that whole segment though, for real. My goodness.
It's one of the most infamous examples.
Try not to get one of them paws stuck in your teeth. 100% grade A pepper.
That was fucked up.
However, Jake Roberts and Snake Damian's rivalry with Earthquake.
What time somebody brought that up? Yeah.
Earthquake came first and was just as grim given what took place. After their match, Earthquake tied Roberts up in the ropes, forcing Jake to watch his Snake Damian being attacked. Obviously, there was no snake in the bag. It was actually pantyhose stuffed with 60 pounds of hamburger meat. Speaking of burgers, the next month, Earthquake appeared on an episode of Primetime Wrestling where he fed Vince McMahon, Bobby Heenan, and Lord Alfred Hayes. After giving each man a few bites, Earthquake revealed they had just been eating the remains of Damian. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out a similar video on 10 of the crazy...
Tell him let's just praise the call on camera. Oh, wow. Alright. So, the concert... So, I thought the K-Vic was going to be talked on, I guess not. But the controversial one I was going to talk about how to do Call of Duty Donkey. I guess because it's notable. It's not like it flew past. It was like a known moment. That's why the K-Vic wasn't there either. But yeah, I was thinking of it when the X was parodying the Nation and half of them had like blackface and everything. I thought it was gonna be talked about, but nah, because it was a known fun. But that's the main one that was ahead of the limit. The X was the baby faces at the time, and Nation was a heel. But as a black wrestling fan, that will push you in the limb. Black fan, that will push you. Black wrestling fan, that was all about good versus evil. That push, and you were about the good. That puts you in a little dilemma. I mean, definitely for me, for sure. But other than that, this was a good video. This was a good video indeed, man. So if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love. I'm thinking for this one.